The story begins with a homeless man named Dwight. Whenever he found an empty house, he would sneak inside. This time, he entered someone's house and was taking a bath when he heard the front door open. Realizing the owners had returned, he immediately jumped out the window and ran away. He kept wandering around like this, just trying to survive. After some time, he came across an old, abandoned car that looked completely broken and junked. But Dwight was happy because he finally had a place to live. He started living inside that car. In the evenings, he went out to eat leftover food from dumpsters. Then he would return to his car, read some books, and fall asleep. It seemed like this man had no goals or purpose in life. But deep inside, Dwight had been waiting for 20 years, waiting for someone to be released from prison so he could kill him with his own hands. The next morning, a police officer named Eddie arrived. She already knew Dwight. She pulled him out of the car and said, "I don't want you getting into any trouble." But Wade Cleland was about to be released from prison. Wade was the man who had killed Dwight's parents 20 years ago. Hearing this, a fire lit up inside Dwight. His only purpose in life was to kill Wade. Now that he knew Wade was coming out, he started preparing for revenge. He got a new battery for his old car so it could run properly. Wade was being released from a prison in Virginia, so Dwight had to go there too. He went to a gun shop, but the guns were too expensive for him to buy. So he wrote a letter to his sister and then started breaking into cars in a parking lot, hoping to find a gun. After searching for a while, he finally found one, but the trigger was locked. Dwight tried hard to break the lock, but in the process, he broke the entire gun. Frustrated, he decided, "I'll kill him with my bare hands, not with a gun." So, Dwight left for Virginia without a weapon. There, he waited outside the prison to see when Wade would come out and where he would go. After a while, a limousine arrived at the prison gate, and Wade finally stepped out. His family was overjoyed to see him, hugging him tightly. Dwight wept at the sight. The man who took his parents away was now laughing and celebrating with his family. As soon as they left, Dwight started following them. A little later, Wade's family stopped at a bar to celebrate. Dwight angrily sneaked in through the back door and hid in the bathroom, waiting for Wade to come in alone. As soon as Wade entered, Dwight jumped out and stabbed him in the throat. But Wade survived the first attack and began fighting back. Dwight didn't give up. He attacked again, this time stabbing the knife straight into Wade's head. Wade fell to the ground, barely breathing his last. Knowing Wade was dead, Dwight quickly tried to leave. Meanwhile, Wade's family grew suspicious. What was taking him so long in the bathroom? They hurried toward it. Dwight rushed out, punctured Wade's car tire, and ran to his own car. He noticed a deep cut on his hand that was bleeding heavily. He realized he must have dropped his car keys during the fight, so he decided to escape using Wade's car instead. He quickly got in, and luckily the keys were still inside. He quickly started the car and began to drive away. After a while, he realized someone was sitting in the back seat. He stopped the car, and a boy named William came out from behind. William asked, "Why did you kill Wade?" Dwight replied, "Wade killed my parents. He made me an orphan." Hearing this, the boy panicked and ran away. William's reaction left Dwight confused. He started wondering if he had killed the wrong person. Could it be that Wade had taken the blame for someone else's crime? Soon, he spotted an empty house that looked abandoned. Dwight went inside to change his appearance. First, he cut off his long hair and beard so that no one would recognize him. Then he took a shower, bandaged his wounded hand, and put on clean clothes. Afterward, he turned on the TV and checked all the news channels, but there was no report about Wade's death. Dwight then left the house and saw a truck parked outside. He asked the driver for a lift. He was now heading to visit his sister, Sam. Sam's husband had died, and she lived alone with her 2 children. A short while later, Dwight arrived at her house. Sam was overjoyed to see her brother after so many years. Later, they went to eat at a restaurant. Suddenly, Dwight told her that he had killed Wade, the same man who had murdered their parents. Hearing this, Sam became angry, but deep inside, she felt a small sense of relief, knowing the man who had ruined their lives was now dead. Sam told Dwight that Wade's family lived in their neighborhood and that they were very wealthy. "They keep humiliating me every now and then," she said. "They especially flaunt their limousine." After talking for a while, Dwight realized that the Cleland family was powerful and dangerous. Now that he had killed Wade, they wouldn't stay quiet. They would come for him soon. Just then, Dwight realized they were both outside. "Who's watching the kids?" he asked. They both panicked and rushed back home. Sam ran inside and saw that the children were completely safe, but she was furious and terrified. She came out and slapped Dwight, saying, "Everything was going perfectly. You've put our family in danger again. Now I don't know what to do." Dwight said, "I'll take care of everything. But until then, you have to leave with the children." He told Sam to pack up and take the kids to Pittsburgh. "Don't come back until I've fixed everything," he warned. Sam understood that her children's safety came first. She packed their things and left, leaving Dwight behind. Now Dwight had to make sure no one would come after his sister. He first checked the house carefully, then wondered how he would defend himself if Wade's family attacked. But there were no weapons in the house, not even a knife. So he made do with whatever little things he could find and waited. As night fell, he heard a car approaching. He ran to the window and saw Wade's two brothers, Teddy and Carl. Dwight instantly knew they had come armed to kill him. He rushed upstairs, turned on the bathroom light, and let the water run, hoping they would think someone was upstairs and head straight there instead of searching the ground floor. When he looked outside again, he saw the two brothers coming from different directions, one from the main gate and the other from the back. Dwight hurried downstairs and hid under the sofa in the hall. Both brothers entered the house and began moving slowly upstairs. Now Dwight had a chance to escape, but as soon as he stepped out, he realized Carl had seen him. Carl held a bow and arrow and kept shooting at Dwight. Dwight ran to his car and started to accelerate, but in the chaos he hit Teddy, who fell to the ground. Dwight immediately got out, picked Teddy up and shouted, "Tell me quickly, are you after me or my sister?" But Teddy was unconscious and could not answer. Dwight grabbed Teddy's gun and saw Carl coming after him. He quickly lifted Teddy and began to put him into the car. As he tried to get into the front seat, Carl shot an arrow through Dwight's leg. Dwight bled heavily. He started the car despite his injury and drove away. Carl screamed as he ran after them, but Dwight didn't stop. He sped off. Outside, Dwight pulled the unconscious Teddy from the back seat and put him in the trunk. Dwight was in terrible pain. He tried to pull the arrow out of his leg, but it was not easy. He then drove to a store, hiding his wound as best he could. He grabbed some medicine and a few supplies to try to remove the arrow, but he still could not get it out. The blood flowed so fast that he felt he might die at any moment. Finally, he had to go to the hospital. Before he could see a doctor, Dwight collapsed. When he woke up, he found himself lying on a bed. He had been treated, and his leg was in a splint. Dwight's leg was not fully healed, but he couldn't stay in the hospital. He left and hurried back to his car. He knocked on the trunk, and Teddy started screaming loudly, a sign that he was still alive. Dwight quickly changed into his hospital clothes. Everything was going according to his plan. Now he went straight to his sister Sam's house. He first locked the doors and windows so no one could see inside. He turned off all the lights and cleaned the house before returning to the car. Sitting in the car, he looked through Sam's old album of childhood photos. While Teddy kept shouting, "My leg is broken and I'm very thirsty," Dwight ignored him and kept looking through the album, remembering the happy days of his childhood. There, he saw a photo of his old friend Ben. Seeing it, Dwight decided to go find him. He drove to Ben's house but found only Ben's mother at home. She told Dwight that Ben had been gone for almost a year, but recognized Dwight as Ben's childhood best friend. She gave Dwight Ben's card and said Ben now lived in the city and gave his address. Dwight drove to the address and arrived after a few hours. There, a woman told him that Ben was still working and would be free only if his shift ended late. Dwight waited and watched Ben's car. Around midnight, Ben finally came out, and they began to talk about old times. Dwight said, "Look, I don't have much time. I came to ask for your help. I need a gun." Ben realized something serious was happening and told Dwight to go home. Then they both headed to Ben's place. At Ben's, Ben gave Dwight the gun and asked, "Do you know how to shoot?" Dwight replied, "I don't know, but I'll manage." Ben said, "There's no one around here. I can teach you how to shoot in the sheep shed behind my house." Dwight answered, "I've already had enough help from you, brother. I don't want to bother you anymore. I just need the gun." He took it and left. On his way, he also grabbed a water bottle to give Teddy. As soon as Dwight opened the trunk, Teddy crawled out. He saw Dwight standing in front of him with a gun and immediately started drinking water. Dwight asked, "Why did you come to my house? To kill me or my sister?" Teddy replied, "We came to kill you, you bastard." Then he revealed things that shook Dwight. Teddy said, "What do you think? Your father was a decent man. He was having an affair with my mother. When my father found out, he went to your house in a rage and killed your father. But he never intended to kill your mother. She was not at fault, but she was killed while trying to stop it." Teddy went on, "Then my dad sent Wade to jail in his place because Wade was under 18. He would get a lighter sentence." Hearing this, Dwight became crushed. He said, "I want to end this forever. I don't want my family dragged into this again." I admit I killed your brother. I'll even surrender to the police for that." Teddy replied, "Our family doesn't live by such things. We don't live by the law. We live by our own rules. Now your entire family will die, even your sister and her children." Hearing this, Dwight fired a shot, and Teddy was terrified. Dwight handed him the phone and told him to call his family and say he was coming to end everything. No one needed to do anything else. Teddy called and spoke with them. A short while later, Dwight reached forward to take the phone back from Teddy. That's when Teddy took his chance. He attacked Dwight and snatched the gun. Teddy said, "Our family has its own rules. My father never served his sentence even after committing 2 murders. He died of cancer, and now you're about to die too." He raised the gun to shoot Dwight, but a bullet came from close range and hit Teddy square in the head. The shot was fired by Ben, who had been worried about his friend. Ben picked Dwight up and said, "I knew you'd do something wrong. That's why I was following you." He gave Dwight a gun and warned, "You have a gun in your hand, but you don't know how to use it. A gun is useless if the bullet doesn't hit the target." Ben then taught him to shoot, and Dwight slowly improved. After the training, Ben gave him a gun, some money, and food. "Your problem is my problem," Ben said. The two walked together for a while, but Dwight refused further help. "You already saved my life, brother. I've had all the help I need. Now our paths are different." With that, he left. Ben tried to follow, but after a while, his car stopped. When Ben opened the hood, he found that Dwight had deliberately damaged the battery. Dwight knew Ben wouldn't stop chasing him, and he didn't want to get him into trouble. Dwight moved away and ate his meal alone. Then he gathered his courage and entered the Cleland house. He searched for weapons and, finding some, threw them all into the lake so they would have none. After that, he went to the grave of Wade's father, the same man who had killed his parents. Dwight knew he couldn't hurt a dead man, but he still urinated on the grave to satisfy his need for revenge. He dragged Teddy's body to the hole he had dug behind the house and buried it. Then he went inside and sat quietly, waiting for the men to return. He had set traps everywhere, but no one came. When the lights suddenly came on that evening, he was startled. He picked up his gun and looked to see who had arrived, then realized the lights were automatic. They came on at 7 p.m. He couldn't wait any longer. He called the Cleland's home number and left a message saying he wanted to end everything. He had no grudge against their whole family, only against the man who killed his parents. But if they went after his sister, he wouldn't leave anyone alive. A few hours later, the Clelands returned. 3 people entered the house: Carl and his 2 sisters. From their talk, Dwight learned they knew where Sam was. She was still in Pittsburgh, and they planned to kill her and her 2 children. Furious, Dwight shot Carl. Now, only the 2 sisters remained. "I have no wish to kill your whole family," Dwight said. "My only grudge was against your father, but you made a big mistake by going after my sister." Suddenly, William appeared and shot Dwight. Dwight had been hit, but he was still alive. The 2 sisters told William to finish him off, but William could not shoot. Then the truth came out. William was actually Dwight's half-brother. Dwight's father had had an affair with their mother, and William was born from that relationship. Dwight grabbed his gun. He had a chance to kill William, but he left him alive. One of the sisters then pulled a machine gun from under the sofa and began firing wildly. After a while, all 3 were lying dead. Carl and his 2 sisters were killed. Only William survived. A short time later, someone brought a newspaper to Sam's house in Pittsburgh. The paper said everyone was dead, meaning no one would come after Sam now. Dwight not only took his revenge, but also kept his sister safe forever. Friends, if you liked this video and got lost in the story while watching, please subscribe to support us, so we can keep bringing you more videos like this. Thanks for watching.